And now a former Royal Marine from Bristol is leading a team recreating some of the exploits of the Falklands War. Tom Rendell is following the route taken by 3 Commando. Their mission includes the reconstruction of a daring raid on an airfield by the SAS. Now, the group includes veterans from the conflict still living with the effects of that war.
We're in the middle of East Falklands, right on the route that 4-5 Commando took from St Carlos Water via Two Sisters and their battle at Two Sisters into Port Stanley to take the surrender. The expedition is to take Falklands veterans, 1982 veterans, back to the same places where they saw action, all the same places they saw action in 1982. Pebble Island, through St Carlos Water, through the site where HMS Ardent sunk, down to Goose Green, along Chisel Sound, where Foxtrot 4 was sunk, into Fitzroy Bay, where one of the lads on the expedition was right next to Sir Galahad and saw the bomb sail over his head into the side of Sir Galahad. And then that was the water-based phase. Now we're on land and we're commemorating 4-5 Commando's yomp from St Carlos Water into Port Stanley.
That famous yomp. Now, this was back in 1982. I was a young reporter. I remember it very clearly. But of course, life has moved on. But for those people, the veterans, this conflict was a defining period of their lives, wasn't it?
So right from the get-go, we've had, for example, Jez has pointed out Fanning Head, where HMS Antrim was pouring a lot of fire in as he was taking, pretty unprotected troops ashore in landing craft concurrently. We've had people go and revisit the exact same shell scrapes, the exact same trenches they dug themselves in 1982.
This is no holiday, is it? This is because you're actually recreating some of the action that took place, and you've got injured. Is that right?
Well, it's a very wild, remote place, and we were in a bit of a situation 2 Mondays ago, and we, after having arrived in perfectly blue conditions, calm conditions, it was like the Costa del Sol, and we gave each one of the veterans the honour of paddling ashore at Red Beach, where they landed at Ajax Bay, where the red and green life-saving machine was located. The next day dawned a different day, quite windy, quite rainy, and then things developed. The wind got up, and we were in a real situation. We had to get off of there. During that process, I tripped, I fell, and I broke my arm in several places at the elbow. It's so remote down here, and the wind was so wild. It was 83-mile-an-hour winds recorded on the mountain just behind me, Mount Kent. It was 24 hours before it was safe to effect Casabac back to Port Stanley. So yeah, there's a testament to quite how wild, remote it is down here.
Tom, you're a strong bloke. Thanks for talking to us, and will you give our regards to everyone who's with you? Thank you very much.
Thanks, David.
Bristol Rovers' run of 3 games without defeat came to an end last